Welcome to number 99 of Catherine's Low Income Prepping slash Survival. And today we're going to talk about a few things. I'm sorry about the wind in the last video I did of the truck. It was pretty windy that day and I wasn't able to do too many things. I've just been dusting and vacuuming, so my allergies are bothering me again. Uh, Place I live in, they do an inspection every 3 months. They like to invade your privacy and come in and look around at what you have. Seems to be a regular thing with these people. All right, so um, let's go on with it. So, uh, all the garbage that's going on over in Moscow, they're saying a terrorist organization did it. It was probably somebody, the Ukrainians, or maybe even Russian separatists that don't like Putin. I mean, he was just reelected again as president. Ha ha. You know, that's not true, and we all know that. Elections there are not fair. Soon, one day, the elections here won't be fair either. You know, people will just force us to like who they say won, but they didn't really win. Kind of like the last election we had. Okay, so how about Tommy Chung? Or Chong, or however you want to pronounce it. He's on the internet saying how he doesn't think people should own guns, how people shouldn't this and that. What is he, jealous because he's a criminal and uses illegal drugs? And, you know, he can't deny it because there's all kinds of movies and things about how he feels and he's gotten out there. It's like Snoop Dogg. He can't say he doesn't use drugs. I mean, he's right out there saying, "Oh yeah, I'm going to get high, and I'm getting high, and I'm doing this and that." That was what the genre was about for Tommy Chung. Um, you know, the Cheech and Chong movies. Anyhow, yeah, it's just incredible. In another case of I like my freedoms, but I don't want you to have your freedoms. Swear it says something in the application. Uh, Saying, do you use illegal substances? So, anyhow, yep, I've got the truck done about as far as I can. I just spent another 20 or so dollars on caulking for the thing. And yeah, I don't know what's going on with my. There we go. We're back now. Oh, well, good. I got the picture back. It just turned bright and then it went away. So who knows about that? So, yeah, I got to go down and get some plywood for the back of it and some foam for the floor. And then I'm going to put a sheet of plywood in the middle. And then on each side of that plywood, I'm going to measure the areas and go back in after the first trip in and after I install that stuff in the parking lot of the Home Depot or whatever. It'll only take me a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead and measure those little wing areas and down the sides so that I can go ahead and get the side wood cut to go above that. And then I'm going to put some foam and some tape over those wheel wells so they're insulated after I get the side wood put in place, or maybe a little before, I don't know. But I'm just going to have them cut it out for the height from the wood I got in there up to the top so that I could install the side things first, and then I'll trim the curve of the plywood where that one piece is going to go for the wheel wells. And then, like I said, if I have foam over that, then I can cover up later with a piece of wood that runs down the side when I put the bed in. And it should cover that up. And then when I enclose that area to make little cupboards and stuff that I can put stuff down into, it will form like two little like saddlebags running down the side of the pickup and inside the bed, of course. And that's what I intend to do with that. Yeah. More garbage going on in the world as usual. There's more diseases. There's now cholera is being spread around the United States, malaria, infections, different things like that. And we all know who's bringing that stuff in. Measles. Measles is becoming a big thing all over the United States again. That's something that they did away with when I was a kid. There was occasionally a few people who would get it, but they wouldn't get it and spread it around like they're doing now. It's all these immigrants we're having coming in. Did you hear about all the immigrants that charged the border? When are we going to put some soldiers out there and shoot over their heads, tell them to leave or else? It's time to do that. People have a right to come to the United States and become citizens, but they got to do it the legal way, through the gates, ask for asylum, go through the process. Just like if I went to their country. I mean, they're not going to let me just go down there and live there without permission. And people in some of those countries, they just disappear. They don't play around. I'm not saying that we should do that here, but what I'm saying is we should enforce the laws. Why don't we just, instead of giving them tickets and giving them money to go do stuff, why don't we just give them $500, put them on a plane, take them back to their countries and drop them off with a warning. If you come back into the United States, we got your fingerprints and stuff. We can check you out if you come back in. We'll put you in prison. We'll put you in work camps, because these people are told, you got to do it the legal way, but they still don't do it. And we're played up as bad people because we don't want our country overrun with people from other countries. Do you know that a lot of the other countries down south are letting their prisoners out of their prisons and they're sending them up here? Trump isn't totally wrong about that. And I don't agree with everything Trump says or does, but he's not totally wrong with that. So when it comes time to vote, people, make sure you vote for the right side. Make sure you vote for the side that is going to take care of the United States, follow the Constitution, and keep our country strong. The Democrats just are not doing that. You just can't deal with some of the garbage they're doing. And of course, all the Democratic blue people are running around saying, oh, we got to do away with guns. Not all of them, but some of them. And we got to do this. And they keep passing these illegal gun laws that get struck down. And then they try not to follow them, like Washington State, where I used to live, and Illinois. Come on, people. It's against the Constitution to do that. You may not agree with it. If you don't want guns, don't own guns. It's just like I don't smoke pot, like Tommy Chung. I'm sorry, I don't do drugs. If I was going to do anything, I'd probably drink because that's legal at least, unless you're driving. So, or using a firearm. But, every time some of these people shoot a few people, like on, say, the gang members, they say, oh, kids shot kids, people are shooting children. No, these are gang people that should be treated as grown adults shooting other children here in the United States. It's not children shooting children. It's gang members shooting other gang members and shooting people they want to shoot up. And what do? We slap them on their hands because they're underage. Come on. We need to start taking care of people who commit crimes. If you commit a crime and it's a violent crime, you should go to jail for at least 20 years. No hope of parole. It's just as simple as it is. As long as it's not in self-defense, there's no reason just to go out and just shoot people that are law-abiding citizens. And, they always say, well, we need these tougher gun laws and stuff. Well, the gun laws don't do any good because the criminals and the gang members don't follow the law. Now, come on, people. I'm sorry I'm ranting a lot on this today, but I get fed up hearing stuff. And also, there's a lot of division going on in our country. the division between the Democrats and Republicans and independents and libertarians and all that stuff. We need to come together as a country. Gays, lesbians, transgendered people, straight, bisexual, Christians, Muslims, even though I don't agree with the Muslim religion, I don't really agree that much with the Christian religion anymore because of how right wing they're becoming. They want to be able to preach and live their lives the way they want to. But I guarantee you, even if the Christians got in power and took over this country, that they would force everyone to live the way they want you to live. It's not because they'll use the excuse, well, this is what God wants. All right. Well, now that I've pissed off everyone I can out there, um, maybe I forgot a few, and I'm sorry if I did. Oh, yeah, stupid gay people. Don't do things that look bad for all the rest of us, um, lesbians or whatever. Don't do things that are stupid. Don't bring down the wrath of other people on us. Live your life, be happy, do your thing, leave other people out of it. Anyhow, just do what you can. You know, it just really bothers me. I'm sorry, my nose is itching again. It's just too much dust in the air. Like I said, we're having an inspection coming up. It's just too much dust. So, um, make sure you keep putting water away and food away. This month I was able to get most of the rest of the soda I needed to get, most of the bubbly water. Now, after the first next month, I'm going to get 2 more flats of bubbly, and then that will take care of all the water up here. As you can see, I still have some water on the table, and I got all these bubblies. They need to go downstairs, and we need to drink them and use them and stuff because I filled all the big containers. I've got 1, 2, 3 of them, and I got a bunch of other stuff. Oh, and there's Tammy. She's come in here. She's prepping too. She's got this little glass jar of candies. They're good in plenties. She put them in a Smucker's jar. She says she's prepping so that she has them if things fall apart. You know, pretty much all this candy and stuff, it's going to last forever. You know, you put it in a jar, seal it up. You know, maybe we can vacuum seal it too. I can give that a try and see if it works. Yep, there it is. Turn it so you can see the candy in there. Yep, there you go. Yep, see? She says there's 400 in there. I'm not going to count them, that's for sure. But anyhow, yep. And if when you prep and you put the water and the food away, make sure you put some goodies away, like the candy. Make sure you put some stuff away that you enjoy eating. Don't put food away that you don't want to eat because that's just going to be a big waste of time.
That's my licorice.
Yeah, that's her licorice. So anyhow, just put stuff away, and don't forget your pets. Make sure you put food away for your cats and your dogs. Do you know that in the nuclear war manuals and what FEMA says to do, they say to go out and euthanize your animals out back and just leave them there and bury them later when you get a chance? I'm sorry. My dog and cat are going to stay alive, and they're going to be with me. You know, if I'm going to die, well, then maybe if there's nobody to take care of them, I might have to do that. But that's totally wrong for them to tell us to do that. You know, they're stupid enough to cause a war, a nuclear war with other countries. Yet, you know, I guarantee you they're down in bunkers and they have dogs and cats and they have animals. And they're going to stay alive. Whereas the rest of us citizens out here, the ones that they don't care about, we're going to be picking through the refuge and the destruction of the world that we have now. That's why, you know, if you have a couple of years worth of food and you've got some weapons, you have 6 months worth of water or whatever, you're probably going to make it. You know, I think we have about 2.5 months worth of water now. We're trying to build up the water. I actually got a few extra liquids. And you don't have to have just water. You can have sodas, you can have fruit juice. You just have to rotate it. And if you can rotate it within 2 years, you're doing pretty good. You know, that's what we do every year to a year and a half. I rotate through all the water. I rotate through all the sodas and the coffee drinks. Just rotate them. And we have a lot of powdered coffee and stuff and freeze dried. Freeze dried will last forever. You'll have your coffee. Just remember to put up enough of them. Figure 1 jar a month, 24 jars for 2 people. You'll be covered. Plus, we got ground. Anyhow, remember to give everyone a hug. Tell everyone in your family how much you love them. And remember, if you're listening to this, you are the resistance. Fight back against these socialist Democrats because they don't live your life for you. You live your life. They don't protect your family. Police only come after the fact. They don't come before the fact. Believe me, I know. I've worked in those fields. They don't take care of you. You have to take care of you. All right. Y'all have a good day. And I wish you all well. And all of you are sick out there, I wish you well, that you get better. Take care. Bye.